Good morning guys, myself Sandeep Kumar Reddy from Ingenious Competitive Training Academy. Today we'll be discussing about the terminology concerning to the books. So whatever the questions of one word substitutions, whatever will be asked in examinations, I'll just go through them. Initially we have acknowledgement. It is a short piece of writing at the beginning of the book in which the writer thanks all the people who have helped him. That is what acknowledgement stands. Next we have alliteration. The use of several words together all beginning with the same sound in order to make a special effect poetry. They are known as alliteration, where the several words together in the beginning with the same sound in order to make special effect will be given in the poetry. Next we have assonance. Assonance means similarly in the vowel sound that are close together in a poem. As you can see, clap your hands and stamp your feet. Here try to light the fire. So whatever the assonance means, similarly in the vowel sounds whatever is exist, they are known as assonance. Anecdote. A short personal account of an interesting event is known as anecdote. Next we have acronym. As you can see, acronym, the word composed of the first letters of the words in a phrase is known as acronym. Anthem is, as national anthem we knew that the same thing. Bibliography means list of all books and articles used in preparation of piece of writing, so they are known as bibliography. So they are all books actually. Next we have biography, means a book about someone's life, that is known as biography. Autobiography means that is written by himself. Ballad means it's a short story in the form of poem or song, which is known as ballad. Bathos means in writing a play a sudden change from a subject that is beautiful, moral or serious to something that is ordinary, that is known as bathos. As you can see how exactly the bathos is insincere pathos. So how I remember the difference, as you can see, sudden difference you will see in that is what bathos. Next we have copy or facsimile, that is an exact copy of handwriting or a picture of produced by fax. Content means whatever the list that shows the different parts of the chapters into which the book is divided. Couplet means it is two lines of poetry is known as couplet. Please remember, couplet means two lines of poetry. Circumlocution means not coming to the straight point. The practice of using too many words to express an idea instead of saying it directly. Without telling directly, we used to circumlocute. Here next we have click, an idea of phrase that has been used so much that is not effective or no longer has anything is known as click. Next we have compiling, means assembling or organizing material from various sources, that is compiling. Drama means plays that are written to be performed in the theater, on radio, on TV, that is known as drama. Next we have elegy. The sad poem or song is known as elegy. Epic means poem, book or film that tells a long story about brave actions and exciting events is known as an epic. Next we have euphemism, means a polite word or expression that you use instead of a more direct one to avoid shocking or insulting someone is known as euphemism. As you can see directly how exactly here, without insulting someone, how exactly we say wow your face is unique. So the way we have to praise someone, how exactly without hurting someone, that is called euphemism. This is an example of euphemism. Next we have ellipse. The practice of deliberately not including one or more words in a sentence that can still be understood by a teacher, by a reader, because the context makes the meaning clear, that is known as ellipse. Here in this maximum words, whatever concerning to the word, you have to remember everything. Foreword, a short piece of writing at the beginning of the book that introduces the book or the writer is known as foreword. Footnote means note at the bottom of a page in a book which gives more information about something on that page, that is known as footnote. Fiction means books and stories about imaginary people and events is known as fiction. There are various books which is of fiction type. Free verse means poetry that doesn't have a fixed structure or as you can see to the right of this is one type of free verse, whatever has been given, free verse poem which has no subject at all, which doesn't have a fixed structure. I request you guys to check playlist where you will find near about 800 plus question papers with the various videos of defense forces as well as central government jobs concerning all the subjects. Next we have fantasy, means it's a wild imagination. Hyperbole means a way of describing something by saying it is much bigger or smaller or worse than it actually is. That is called telling something boastfully. That is known as hyperbole. Index, an alphabetical list of name, subjects, etc. of a back of a book. The index is given for the easy reference. Irony means the use of words that are opposite to what you really mean, often in order to be amusing. Illegible means that which cannot be read is known as illegible. Opposite is legible. Here limerick means humorous short poem that has 5 lines. Please, couplet means which has got 2 lines. Here we have the limerick which has got a 5 lines poem. So that is important. Limerick has got 5 lines and couplet has got 2 lines. Lyric poetry means poetry that express strong personal emotions such in a way that is similar to musician, it's strong to music. Next we have metaphor, a way of describing something by referring to it as something different and suggesting that it has similar qualities to that. Minutes means an official record of the proceeding of a meeting is known as minutes. So before going to the meeting we have to forward few minutes. Manifesto means plans and promises which are declared by a candidate before the people in election. That is known as manifesto. Even before flying you have to send the manifesto to the flight department, how many personnel are moving in it. So that manifesto deals everything, gives maximum information regarding travel. Here we have monogram, means 2 or more than 2 letters combined in one design is known as monogram. Melodrama means a drama which is marked by a very crude appeal to feelings and emotions is known as melodrama. Novel means a long written story in which characters and events are usually there. As you can see how exactly the melodrama looks like, how exactly the different characters are have been given in it. Novella means an imaginary story that is shorter than a novel but longer than a short story. So that is known as novella. So which is longer than short story and imaginary story that is shorter than a novel. That is novella. Narrator means a person who tells a story in a book or a play. He is known as narrator. Ode means a poem or a song written in order to praise a person or thing. That is known as ode. Please remember they are very important. Onomatopoeia means that is use of words that sound like the thing that they are referred to. That is known as onomatopoeia. Here we have opprobrious, means scornful and contemptuous language is known as opprobrious. Orthography means the art of spelling words correctly is known as orthography. Poetry, we knew that writing that express emotions, experience and ideas, especially in short lines using words that rhymes. That is what poetry stands. As you can see to the right how exactly here onomatopoeia words are the way boom, kaboom, hoo, zap, pop. These are all which are concerning with the use of words that sounds like the thing that they refer to. They are known as onomatopoeia. So here we have next paradox, means the use of statement that seems strange because they involve 2 ideas or qualities that are very different is known as paradox. Personification means the representation of a thing or a quality as a person in literature or an art where it has got representation of a thing or a quality as a person is known as personification. Palindrome means a word that read the same as backward or forward. We knew that if Malayalam is written like this, if Malayalam is read reverse also, we will get this the same as 1 2 3 2 1. Again reverse also 1 2 3 2 1. So the same way, that is known as palindromal language. Prolific means producing a lot of books or other things are known as prolific. Platitude, the statement that is obviously true is known as platitude. Pseudonym means an imaginary name assumed by an author for disguise is known as pseudonym. Rhetorical question, a question that you may ask as a way of making a statement without expecting an answer is known as rhetorical question. So you just ask but without expecting any questions is known as rhetorical question. They are very important, guys. Please go through them. Simile means an expression that describes something by comparing is known as simile. Solecism means a very delicate flaw or mistake which is not expected the person making it is known as solecism. So in this, a delicate flaw or mistake which is not expected the person making it is known as solecism. Sermon means religious discourse is known as sermon. As usual, scurrilous means severe abusive writing in general is known as scurrilous. Scenario means an outline of a play, that is scenario, that is opera is an example for that. Stationery, remember guys, here NERY, STATIONERY is a material, stationery writing material. ARY means that is without moving. Cryptogram means a secret message written in a coded language is known as cryptogram. Dialogue means having the conversation between two persons is known as a dialogue. Here we have sonnet means a poem of 14 lines is known as sonnet. If you have it 2 lines, that is couplet. So you should have known everything, what exactly the number of lines and what we have been called. Sonnet means a poem of 14 lines is known as sonnet. Eulogy means a writing or a speech in praise of someone is known as eulogy. Codicil means a supplement of a will is known as codicil. As you can see how exactly the codicil to will of someone, to give someone to assurance. Next we have puzzle or riddle means question or problem difficult to answer or understand is known as puzzle or riddle. Ballad means it is the poem or stanza, the poem in short stanza narrating a popular story is known as ballad. Legacy means property handed down after the death of a person by will is known as legacy. Directive means general instructions is known as directive. Omnibus means gathering of all things is known as omnibus. Plaque means that is a flat metal or porcelain plate fixed on a well as an ornament or memorial is known as plaque. So next we have scripture means a book of sacred or religious nature is known as scripture. Allegory means a narrative describing one subject under the guise of another or a sustained metaphor is known as allegory. Innuendo means a subtle, allusive and generally deprecatory remark is known as innuendo. Satire or ridicule means full of criticism or mockery is known as satire or ridicule. Rendition means artistic, musical or dramatic interpretation is known as rendition. Erratum means an error in misprint in printing or writing, that is known as erratum. Whenever we start giving some printout, we should check for the erratum. There should not be any kind of erratum. Endorsement means a signature on the back of a paper or check. So whatever the endorsement, whatever you have to sign behind the check, that is known as you have to endorse on that. Dictum means a short expression of general truth is known as dictum. Communique means an official statement, announcement issued to the press is known as communique. Census means an official announcement of the population. Every 10 years we will have the census counting. These are the few things which I had prepared from various sources. I hope it will be helpful for you guys. If you have any kind of query, you can call me on 7667302252 or message me by WhatsApp if you want GK and GS questions 2100. Thank you. Have a good day. Have a great life.